Okay, so we are going to talk about what happens when your credit score really took an increase because you've been using your money. I have a checking account with my credit union or my bank, and they have a credit card, and they just approved me for $6,000. And so what does this look like? Okay, so I make $5,290, and that's going to come into my checking account, and it's going to sit here because if I'm going to do things the way I've been doing them my whole life, then I'm going to let my gas come out of here. I'm going to let my house payment come out of here. I'm going to let my car insurance come out of here. I'm going to let my food come out of here. And then in 2 days, I'm going to have zero because I'm living out of a checking account. But this isn't the fantastic way. So we're going to no, stop it. Stop it. You're not living like this anymore. No. We're going to take this $6,000 and we are going to pay off Best Egg. So now we don't have $6,000. We only have a balance over here now of $5,454. So this is our balance on the credit card because we paid off Best Egg. What did that do for our cash flow? We have $1,003 now. We're adding $191. So now our cash flow is $1,194 per month. We're in month 5. Are you trying to tell me that we started out with $422 in cash flow in this scenario, and in our 5th month, we're at almost $1,200 in cash flow, and you didn't go get another job? Let's keep moving. So we paid off the Best Egg. What happens now? Well, hello. My income just came into my checking account, and maybe, okay, for you guys that are like, oh, but I don't make $5,200 a month in one lump sum. I get paid every other week. All right, I'll play your game. $5,290 divided by 2, because I make $2,645 every 2 weeks. Or maybe you get paid weekly, whatever. So $2,645, my income, comes into my checking. When you have a credit card with the same bank as your checking account, at least this is the way mine works, is you can transfer $2,645 into this account. You can do it on your app on your phone. Did it today. Okay? So if you're with a credit union or a bank and you have a credit card there, see if you can't do that right now. It may change everything. So 5454, subtract out your income, $2,645. $2,809 is your new balance. I know you have to pay your expenses. You have to pay the rest of the debt you have left here. You've got monthly payments. Guess what? Okay, so I'm going to do this left-handed so you can see me. This is going to be great. My house payment comes in $1,485. Ooh, what just happened? I transfer $1,485. My checking account's back down to zero because I took the $1,485. Wow, I cannot write left-handed. And I put it back in this account. Now my balance on the credit card is $3,294 because I transferred out for my mortgage payment. Okay, let's do it again. So the mortgage payment came in. Now, when I'm going to transfer the income that I use into this card, and remember, card number 1 does our food, right? So the $600 is going to come in, because you'll probably do an online payment to your credit card company if you're like me. 600 comes in, I transfer 600. The checking comes back down to 0. Then I've got 600 more on my balance here. Let's do it again. The credit card number 4, we paid the 200 gas on. So We've done an online payment for $200 to cover our gas for the month. So we're doing the same thing. The $200 clears our bank. We have $200 over here ready to pick it up. Keep that at zero. Now we have $4,094 over here. So do you see how you use the line of credit like your checking account? Revolving. Is that what they're called? Is a revolving line of credit? Yeah, that's why they're called a revolving line. All your income can go in, all your expenses can come out. Okay? So the moral of the story is everything's going to hit your checking and then you're going to pay it back out. So you're building this back up. But guess what? Look at the hit the balance took. This is going to do nothing but help with your interest that you're going to pay on this account. And so we're going to run the math. Okay, so I showed you how you pay your monthly expenses out of this. Now, let's talk about how we're going to pay this credit card balance off. So with your new credit card line of credit, you paid off the $54.54. All right, so your income goes in total for the whole month, $52.90 income in month one. So let's do $54.54, $52.90 out. Oh my gosh, what? But wait, we were paying $191 on this last month. Where did it go? Was it magic? No, it's math. So now let's see what your expenses are. So we had $3,036 was our debt payments when we first started this video. We're using our food to pay this $150. So 3,036 minus 150 because we satisfy this payment with our food. If you didn't catch all that, you need to go back and watch the live video when it uploads on YouTube. Okay. So let's take our 3,036 in expenses or debt payments first. We're subtracting the 150. We're subtracting the 76 as we paid that off. We're subtracting the 57 because we paid that off. We're subtracting the 143 because our car insurance is paying that. We subtracted the 112 because our cable is paying that. We've got 55 we're still paying. We should have already gotten rid of this. Should have paid this off, but it's okay, we'll catch it. The 191. Now let's see what our debt payments are. So 3,036, subtract these that we no longer have. Okay, so that means that our debt payments now are $2,307. Okay, so we still have our living expenses, right? $1,832. We still have the same gas, food, water, electric, all that fun stuff. But our debt payments have come down because we're eliminating the debt. So let's add $2,307 because we had to pay our debts. They came out of that checking account and we transferred them out of the credit card into the checking. So all in all, this is an overview. You now have to pay your debt into the credit card. So 2,307, 164. Your balance is 2,471. And your living expenses now, food, gas, electric bills, all that fun stuff. Got to put them in here. So we're at 4,303. And now let's calculate what our interest is looking like. Now, on the credit union credit cards, the interest is usually around 13 to 19%. So let's charge it at 19% interest. And we're going to take it off of the high. I don't do this low balance thing. The point is your interest does not matter if you're using Velocity Banking correctly. So 19%, 54 of your high balance times 19%. Do we need to do this again so you all understand this? So we do $5,454 times 19% equals $1,036.26. This is for the whole year. This isn't for the month. This is for the whole year. Divide that by 12 equals $86.35 in interest. So let's add $87 in interest to make it easy. $4,390 is your balance. Now in month 2, let's take our income. Did you all just see that? Did you see the magic trick I just did? Did you see that? I can't get my whole income into this account. I can't do it because the account is only $4,390 to pay it off. So what do? Well, wait a minute. We have an Affirm loan over here for $1,480, $81. What if we pay Affirm off with the credit card? And what if we gain $250 in more cash flow? And now, let's see, what is our new cash flow? $1,444 is our new cash flow. Now, what month are we in? We are really in month 6, and we're doing high interest. Wow. Okay, so let's keep moving. Let's see, we've got, I can do the math, 71, 8 and 5. So we're at $5,871. I hope you all can still see this. 5871. Oh my goodness, now our income can go in. Income for month 7 goes in. So 5871 minus 5290 throughout the month. Oh my goodness. I know we still have to pay our monthly expenses. So let's add them. But first we have to take the $250 that we just paid off of what our debt payments are. So 2307 minus 250. So now our debt payments are $2,057. So we'll have to pay our debts out of this account, $2,057 payments. Now we have to pay our living expenses, as we have to buy food, gas, pay our utilities, all that fun stuff, whatever you pay every month. All right, so 581, and then 2,057 and 1832, $4,470. Let's add our interest in there. Let's take it off of the high. So we're going to calculate 19% on 5871 times 19% divided by 12. So $93 interest. So our balance at the end of month 7 is $4,563. Month 8, we don't have room to put our income back in. So do we need to pay some more debt? I think so. So what do we want to hit here? How about the care credit, $882? Let's pay that off, which it would be less than this because we've been paying now for going into, what are we in? That we're going into our 8th month, so this is care credit. So let's add that. Now our income can go in, and what does it do throughout the month to this balance? This is income in month 7. 5290. $155. Well, I mean, come on. And we're just using a $6,000 line. We're not using first lien HELOC to pay off all of your debt. Yes, she could move into that, and yes, it's going to really get things under control quickly. But now she's going to be adding in her debt payments. This $55 is going to add to her cash flow because she paid off care credit. So now she's got cash flow of $1,499 now. And we're just in the 7th month. 7 months ago, she only had $422 in cash flow, and she had a crap load of debt. We can keep running down the numbers here if you want to. But the point is that within the first year, she is about going to have everything paid off except for her home. Do you know how exciting it is to do the infinite banking concept? Do you know how you're going to leave a legacy for your children that you never thought was possible? all because you learned how to use your income that you're out there working for every single day. And if you have the second and you have the third job, please get serious about where you're putting your money.